Hey guys, Nicolai here. Since the beginning of media being released, censorships have always been around us. At times though, you don't really realize that what you're looking at has been censored, because it could be that the censored version is all you've come to know. And depending on where you're from, League of Legends has quite a few interesting censorships. So let's kick it off with something that actually happened recently, the release of Evelynn's rework. On October 11, 2017, Evelynn's new rework was released all around the world. But one region thought she was a little too provocative for their nation, and that nation was South Korea. Don't ask me how I got this recording, but I actually have footage of the exact moment South Korea saw the reworked version of Evelynn.
Hey there, I've had my eye on you.
Be gone, fuck!
Your perverted attacks won't work on me.
What you're seeing right now on the screen is the uncensored splash art of the login screen that Riot rolled out to every server except the South Korean server. And now this is the South Korean version of the splash art. As you can instantly see some pretty big differences. Those who make the community guidelines for South Korea's League of Legends felt that Evelynn was showing a little too much skin and made sure to nerf her right at release by cutting down on the cleavage and basically covering her up everywhere else. And you know, despite taking these efforts to prevent the Korean users from seeing some tiggle bitties, they still left the in-game model the way it is for everyone else.
I prefer going naked, but okay.
Now, staying on the topic of tiggle bitties, let's take a blast back in time to 2013, where a company in Iran was hosting a League of Legends tournament and created their own censorship rules. Before I continue, I'd like to say that the rest of the censorships I'll talk about in this video are official censorships done by Riot themselves. But this one is just so insane that I had to mention it. Now, like I said, this takes place in Iran, a country that unfortunately doesn't give their women complete everyday rights, including very strict dress codes. And of course, this isn't a politics channel, so we're not gonna get into that. But this League of Legends tournament hosted in Iran took these strict dress codes to the next level by banning every female champion from being playable during said tournament. Well, at first every female champion was going to be banned, but then they considered that maybe we were being too extreme and they decided that some of the female champions were allowed to be playable. Basically every champion that doesn't have major cleavage or anything like that. But anyway, let's leave Iran and return to Riot headquarters where we can move forward to some censorships that affect communication and champion interactions. As I've showed in a video in the past, depending on what server you play, each client has a huge list of every censored word in your region. These are quote-unquote bad words that appear in little stars when you type them and can potentially get you banned for using some of the harsher words. But something I learned recently is that there's actually a couple champions in League that use some naughty words and they are now censored. These are very small instances, but they are censorships nonetheless. Starting with when Xayah hit the PBE, she was seen saying the bad poo-poo word a few times.
Shit. Chipped a nail. Wonderful. More annoying little shits.
And this honestly isn't much, especially since a lot of what Xayah says can be classified as some edgy shit.
Wasn't she just a ray of sunshine? I hate sunshine.
But regardless, even though these speech lines came through to the PBE, they were removed from the game when Xayah was actually released. For some reason, Riot felt Xayah saying the bad poo-poo word wasn't appropriate, but it's actually still in the game, just not said by Xayah. Instead, coming from one of the dirtiest mouths in the game, Kled actually has lines where he says the same word as Xayah, but instead of it being removed from the game entirely, it's actually just censored with a beep.
Holy shit, where are we? Guess we'll have to kill our way out.
I'm sure someone could make some gender inequality argument here, but I think we'll just move on. And of course, I can't make a video about censorship in League without mentioning when a while back Riot was going heavy on censoring all tobacco use in League of Legends, including the famous Grave Cigar. But obviously we all know about the Grave Cigar meme. So instead, I'd like to talk about why Riot ever decided to censor Grave Cigar in the first place. This takes place in November of 2014. For the users of League of Legends, everything was normal. But behind the scenes, Riot was having issues complying with some regions who were against having tobacco use in their T-rated video games. Unfortunately, we never confirmed who forced Riot's hand to take away the cigar, but many people speculated it could have been some European countries or China, seeing as this took place around the time that Riot was completely bought by Tencent, a Chinese company. Regardless of which country or countries caused this censorship, it really is kind of funny that in a game where you kill people for money, your only issue is that one dude who has a cigar in his picture. However, things change, including people's minds. Because 3 years later, after stripping Graves from the home he once knew, the bot lane, and making him into a hybrid jungler against his own will, all he had left was his cigar, and Riot took that too. Whatever Graves did behind the scenes to deserve this, we'll never know. But Graves definitely paid the price. And 3 years later, Graves was reunited with his beloved cigar. Now if only Riot would change their minds and bring back Dominion. Alright guys, thanks for making it to the end of the video. As always, if you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos like this in the future, click or tap my face to subscribe. We're actually getting pretty close to 10,000 subscribers, which is insane, and I really want to say thank you to all of you who are new here and supporting the channel. I low-key love you guys. Who said that? Regardless, if you're new here and you want to see one of my past videos, click the video to the right. But as always, most of all, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Peace.